We are live.
Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to MUFC Red Devils NCR. And today I have a huge panel with me, a list of guests that keeps going on. We have Sandeep Bhaiya, we have Weber Bhai, we have Ojas Bhai, Abhijit Bhai, and our very own Kushagra with us. Now, we're a bit late here, as you would sort of notice, for the Sheriff game. And we are sort of lost it a bit here, but here we are. That's the most interesting and the most important thing to take it off. We're really close to the game, and we have gotten in the lineups, and we are going to discuss them. So I would like to straight away jump to the lineup that we've received. Weber, could you sort of tell us the lineup and your thoughts on it?
Just once. Wait. Could you just flash it? Could you just send it to me on the chat? I'll just let you
Right,
know. Yeah.
right.
So
So yeah,
Abhijit,
So
I got them. I got them.
it would be great if like Abhijit
Yeah.
can just share
So
the screen once, so we all can see the lineup.
I haven't received yet. Wait, just give me a second.
right. I have the lineup. If everyone can hear me, I'll just go on with it. So it's
Yeah.
David De Gea at the back, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, and Malacia at the back. So Malacia is in for sure. That's nice. Casemiro is there in the defensive line of midfield with Ericsson and Bruno, and then Anthony starts on the right. Garnacho starts number 49,
Wow.
and Ronaldo number 7, he starts,
See.
and that is something interesting. A lot of players that we sort of wanted to see in the lineup, and also some of these we wanted to sort of see on the bench. The likes of Casemiro, Ericsson, Bruno, at least a couple of them, or even at least one of them being rested, but they are not. This tells us about the Ten Hag approach towards the tournament. So what do you make of this lineup, Weber? We've gone in pretty strong.
I think Tanag is so showing shades of what his philosophy is, what his identical playing 11 is. Under Solskjaer and Rangnick, we saw how continuously Fred and McTominay featured in the playing 11. Right? Fred, although he had a good game, he's nowhere in the team right now. I mean, Eric Ten Hag had said that what, I cannot play Casemiro because Scott McTominay had those good games initially. Which clearly states that I think Eric Ten Hag has recognized that these players, Casemiro, Ericsson, these are his pivotal midfield too. These are the players, around whom he can build the team around. Excited for Garnacho, one thing I wouldn't say critical, but I was a bit, I was having a jiffy with Tana because, why isn't he using the youngsters enough? The likes of Charlie McNeil, Zidane Iqbal, and, Garnacho. So, yeah, I'm chuffed for, Garnacho. He's playing alongside CR7. What better person to look up to, I think it's his first start, I believe. Um, I think we should not put too much pressure on the youngster. There is a huge expectation, of course. When you play for Manchester United, when you're a, academy graduate, with the kind of history we had in academy, with the previous predecessors. So yeah, I mean, just very excited, and I think Eric Ten Hag with his lineup going strong, I somehow believe that, in Europa League, you cannot take it lightly, with the teams coming in from Champions League, the likes of Juve, Barcelona, and if I'm not wrong, Atletico Madrid, right? So you cannot really take it lightly. Premier League is relentless. You are not, I mean, there is no guarantee of a top four. So Eric Ten Hag cannot really have, I mean, he cannot really go easy, right? He cannot breathe easy in these two competitions where, if he wants to get Champions League, he needs to
For
go
sure.
hard and he needs to, do something well. So yeah.
For sure. Similar thoughts, guys? Similar thoughts, Kushagra?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was really like looking forward to see like Garnacho in the starting 11. One like slight like disappointed is like Martin like Dubravka is not there. I was hoping that we could obviously like get to see him. And other than that, Dalo Malacia. I mean, yeah, obviously like Diogo like Dalo, he obviously needs a rest because he's been playing back to back, and I don't
Yeah,
see any other player there for us. I don't think Aaron Wan Bissaka is like still. Fully fit. And even if he is, we all know that Eric Ten Hag does not really like see him as a starter in this squad. So that's a bit
at
of
all.
thing. Yeah. Rest, I think it's the same 11. Obviously, it's a must-win game. We need to like be
Yeah,
like on. I mean, we need to beat Real Sociedad. Also, obviously, we'll have to like win this game as well to like be first in the group. And yeah, I think we should be able to like have the 3 points.
absolutely, absolutely. There's some optimism from Kushagar as usual.
And yeah, I think we should
Mojo
be able to
says,
like.
Garnacho starting is great. Let's build the lad and say goodbye to Martial. Wow. Well, he can't seem to get fit, first of all. So, Anthony rested. I mean, Anthony maybe deserved a rest or two. Sandeep and Abhijit Bhai. You think so?
Yeah, so actually, Sayan and I were chatting in our WhatsApp group. So, like, we need to see Garnacho, we need to see Garnacho in the beginning, like, starting lineup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sayan, they heard us. We have a direct line to ETH, I guess. Last day, I said Fred on for Sancho, and we had that also. So yeah, it's great to see Garnacho in the starting lineup, and also Anthony starting on the right. He's Ten Hag's man. He's like the person Ten Hag bought for 100 million euros. So he has to be in the team. I feel he understands Ten Hag the way Ten Hag wants to play. He's there for a long time with Ajax, and now uh, Manchester United. And by the way, guys, please don't forget Alfred Schroeder had said when Anthony left that
Yeah,
we are playing in the Champions League, and I think Manchester United are not in that. So, well,
yeah.
karma's whatever. So, anyway, welcome to the Europa League, Ajax and Barcelona as well, and Frankie De Jong. Anyway, no love lost there. So it will be a really juicy round of 32 or the pre round of 32, whatever you say, call that, playing the two legs with the Champions League teams. And Europa League has now like the spice of a real European battlefield, so to conquer the secondary prize in the European scene. So it won't be an easy test, and I think Ten Hag is going for the jugular. He's going for the win. He's going for the top spot. He doesn't want to play extra 2 games in February. So it's a strong message. And also, I would like to say he has brilliantly handled the Ronaldo situation. He banned him for 1 game, which he deserved. He brought him back on when he needs him as a striker. And Mojo sir, I would not say we can say goodbye to Marcel until and unless we have bought in a Gakpo or a Victor Osimhen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I seem to incline with it. Abhijit, your thoughts?
I think first of all, I would say that this is a very important fixture for us. You know, all the if you see the UCL in the Champions League, all the top teams have been coming into the Europa League, and it has become a very prestigious competition for us also and for the rest of the team. We were, I think, before this last fixtures, I think we were some favorites for the if people were thinking that we can win the Europa League, but I don't. I think that the chances are become less for now because Barcelona has came, Ajax have came, Spurs may come, Atletico Madrid, and Juventus. These all big teams are coming in. So if we want to avoid this, all the teams we have to win next both games in a very big margin, and it will be a very assurity for us because if you face like Barcelona or Spurs or any big teams from now only, then you can't win. You can't have a prospect to win the Europa League, and you can cement that Champions League spot. So definitely a good lineup for and. Looking at this squad, I would
Absolutely.
say that Ten Hag had a strong squad was needed for this, and we have to win with a very big margin because if you see that goal difference, I think they have 12 and we have something 7 or 8. So that
Yeah.
we have to score more than 4 to 5 goals in average in both the games. So definitely we needed a strong squad, and
Right.
it's a welcome sign that we have put in Garnacho in the team because Sancho is not performing well in the last 2 3 games,
Yeah.
and Rashford needs some rest because we have some crucial games
Yeah.
at West Ham and Aston Villa. So definitely a good lineup. We'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, I mean, on that specific topic, on an alternative side, we could have probably seen maybe Sancho starting. He has not had much game time in the last 3 4 matches as he might have had previously. because somehow I just wanted Anthony to sort of get a rest because I'm really worried. Since he's landed his feet in Manchester, they've just been dribbling past players and shooting in that left corner. So and I'd come to Ojas Bhai. Just before that, I'd sort of like to get into the chat wherein I can see a lot of Maguire being mentioned. I'm not really sure about the bench, lads. If someone can sort of confirm is our captain on the bench or not? If he is,
Yes, Maguire is on the bench.
Maguire is on the bench, right? So that tells us a ton about how what prospectus he has left his own club in. So Ojas Bhai, something on Maguire. Where do you
Also,
see
sorry,
him? Where do
Andrik.
you
So,
see him?
just to your point, I think Anxiety By is in the chat. He's saying Sancho does not deserve to be in the 11, and he's saying Anthony can handle the heat.
Damn. See, that's why we're here for. The amalgam of opinions in this beautiful pot. So we'll sort of acknowledge that, but we'll move on to Ojas Bhai.
Yeah, Maguire's situation is very typical of a underperforming player in the club. Uh, Eric Ten Hag was decent enough to give him enough chances to prove his worth, but he failed to do so, not like a player, but as a captain also. So, very tough for him to come back in this lineup until and unless there is a major injury to one of our CVs. And World Cup around the corner, Maguire cannot mess with Ten Hag also by putting pressure on him because if something wrong goes about, we don't know what will happen. Maguire's situation is pretty clear. Maybe in January or maybe next window, he will be looking for a new club, or if he won't, we will be moving on from him. We already have. So, but what happens is everyone in this chat remember that Maguire is used to playing 40, 50 games in a season. He's a stamina oriented CB, maybe because he doesn't run. Jokes apart, he gives 50 games every season, and he is a solid CB on his given day. But right now, we don't think he has a place in a club in a team like Manchester United. And let's see what happens in the summer or in January. We don't know.
Absolutely. Right. Mixing in some controversies, Rohit Bhai, and saying, did CR7 really like that Insta post an hour back about his lack of confidence? Now, I sort of know the truth to this. So that same video, we see reels, same videos being circulated in reels from different accounts. When he was getting links of, going out of the club, I saw it myself a couple of months back. He had liked the same reel, but obviously posted by a different account. As to the fact that has he liked this reel of the same video, I'm not so sure. But as soon as I saw it, I checked the comments and I could at least see 90% of the first 100 comments I saw saying, lol, he liked the post or somewhere there. So take what you can out of that. But currently, that post is not liked by Cristiano anymore. So that is sort of the truth about that. Now, coming on to Sheriff's side. Messi name in media today, CR7 scoring first hat trick of UEL. Let's go. I mean, debut hat trick. Finally, get
You
his
know,
debut hat trick
Anthony,
in
talking
UEL.
of Instagram, let's just appreciate Garnacho getting his, Old Trafford starting debut alongside Ronaldo. His brother has posted a photo on Instagram with the number 49 and number 7 side by side. I mean, that's like,
Beautiful.
you are born in 2005 when Ronaldo is rising, and you have seen him through his prime years, and now today you're playing alongside him. I mean, that's a dream come true. That's a dream come true. All the best to
Absolutely.
the lad today.
Absolutely, it is. Whatever we say, it's a European night after all. So, you know, so now jumping on to Sheriff, as we've discussed, we really need to top our group, and for that, this is a pathway to doing that. I mean, we'd have to play some tough teams out of the Champions League in a knockout playoff if we don't sort of do it. So, how do you guys sort of see us going for those four matches? In terms of in terms of strengths. I mean, we have a couple of games against Aston Villa, and now we have Premier League around the corner and this game. So how do you see us rotating our side as well as keeping our focus? Do you think we'd be able to sort of manage all these four games? Because I think all 3-4 competitions are pretty important for us now, and seeing us put these few pure starting 11 is sort of making me twitch a bit about the possible exclusion of some players. What do you think, Weber?
Look, I think we should be making changes. This season is relentless. Let's be honest. United 4 competitions. And there's a World Cup. And let's not forget, some games were postponed because of the Queen's whole funeral thing, right? So in the back end, it's going to be more relentless. When the teams are going to close in with that top four and stuff. So we do need to make some changes, right? But then again, you need to bring in quality players to bring in quality changes, right? I mean, yes, we have Lindelof, Fred, McTominay, and likes of all these players are there. Who on their day can be decent substitutes or can be decent, first 11 players. But do you really want decent first 11 players? You need to bring in that quality, right? You need to have that elite quality bench, somewhat what like a Man City has, what a Chelsea has. You need to bring in those players. So I think to, sort of have this thing that, Ten Hag needs to change his squad, they need to keep the squad fresh. We need to spend in January, simple as that. We need an attacking option. Martial, he's clearly unfit. He does not stay fit regularly. Sancho does not have that confidence in him. Ronaldo, very, very uncertain that he's going to stay or, what's going to happen with him. So we need to bring in reinforcements, right? We cannot just ride on home with the youngsters. The youngsters, they're very good, right? They performed excellent. They performed exceptionally well during the youth games and everything like that. But then we cannot just shoulder them with these responsibility, right? You cannot expect a Garnacho to, fill in the boots of an Anthony, for that matter. You cannot say to Zidane, well, you know what, Zidane, just like how Ericsson is running the midfield, you got to do it today against, an Aston Villa in a Carabao Cup game, right? It's going to be very, very difficult. I want Ten Hag to make changes, but then looking at that bench, the quality of the players, especially the kind of performance they've given in the past 2, 3 years, Maguire, Fred, Shaw. I just seem very skeptical,
I'm
I do
sorry to
not want
interrupt you
them
there,
to.
Vaibhav. We're kind of getting an
Yeah,
echo.
sure.
Like, if we could sort of mute ourselves for a bit. Yeah. Not you, Vaibhav. You're the one speaking.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, I mean, oh God. So I'm kind of a bit skeptical that, whether you need to, whether, you should make changes because we've seen, when we bring in some players and, when we make a change, when we are high on confidence, we do create a result, which we are like, what the hell happened, right? I mean, this team is capable of beating anyone on the given day. We can even beat Bayern Munich on a given day. But this team has the capability of losing to Ipswich Town as well on a given day. So I'm just very, very skeptical as to, with the changing part goes. I'm completely open with changes. If you get the likes of Gakpo and all these guys in, and then you sort of change amongst them. You know that these players are not those same players who cause those embarrassing results. So that's where changes and my theory goes.
Right. You must have seen our smiling faces lit up there. If you could put the comment back there on the screen again. Um, yeah, right. Requesting the panel to do the Anthony Singham celebration. Let's not. Let's keep it to. Let's keep that to after the game. Although I can see my friends already
Ne-
having mastered it. But
Talking
right.
about the
So
tired legs that Weber mentioned, tired legs, in
right.
one of the games we will see tired legs from the players. So we have to be up to it. There will be one of the games where the other team will be dominating us. So we have to be ready for that. Our players are going to get tired, and to be the best, you have to play the best. So really can't Ten Hag can't help himself.
Right. Right, absolutely. And, we've sort of discussed the negatives of us going with a heavy team, but the positives are there to be seen because, this Sheriff team should be a drilling practice for us for our first 11 to, set in the principles in a professional game. It's all well and good in training, but like it was really lively and fresh to see, United dominating the likes of Tottenham and even Chelsea at their own ground, albeit a weakened Chelsea side, but like I remember us beating Chelsea 4-0 when Ollie's first game of his first full season was there. But it was hardly a 4-0. I mean, it was Emerson Palmieri striking the post at least twice at Old Trafford and probably them dominating us and still losing. So that sort of summed up Ollie's reign. But anyways, my point was it was very good to see, us dominating in from minute 1 to minute 90. So this again should be a game that we should go in, probably have 70% of the ball, rack up somewhere around 5, 6 good chances, maybe score at least 2 3 goals, get in 20 odd shots, and just establish a regular Man United dominance. So, like, do you see this game as something like that, or do you think Sheriff could actually pose a very potent challenge to us? Abhijit and Kushagra, take the floor, man. All right. We have humble guests
आप
here.
बोलो अभिजीत भाई, आप भाई पहले आप.
I think
Mute
you might be on
your
mute, Abhijit bhai. We can't afford to lose your precious thoughts here. Right.
Okay, sorry. I think last time when we faced the Sheriff, I think someone called Kiki from them, their defense, really hampered our attacks. He was really, stopping the
Yeah.
Ronaldo and attacks. So some, I think Diop also, kind of made some, defensive duties there. So these two
Yeah.
players, I would, see or watch out. So we have to run past them, and we have to, take that half chances or all that a little bit chances or the space that we have to utilize it, and we have to score more goals because it is in because the game is home game. So we have to utilize all the opportunities what we have, and we have to score more goals. And it will it will make a settle in the squad that yes, we can win those games where we can dominate and set up standards that we can achieve. And I don't think we ATH has really has rotated the squad very much good, as Webber and said, and Ojis also said that we need to rotate the squad because we we can't do now because we have some injuries issues in running in the squad. Once all the injuries have been settled in, we can rotate the squad, and ETS does rotate the squad. And talking about the young academics players or young talented players, ETH only tries to utilize them when we are in a settled table, or we are in a settled manner. And that time, even if we have seen in Ajax, he once they were in settled in a strong position, then only he promotes the youngsters in the team. So we have to wait for that young lads to take the chance. Now we are in a settled group, we can you win the match. So that's why Garnacho has really come up in the squad. So
Avijit
it
bhai,
will.
just adding to your point, just very sorry, just adding to your point here. Even if you remember the class of '92, Gary Neville, Giggs, Beckham, they all just suddenly start the games and started winning. There were Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister, Paul Ince, all those people were there in a settled team to guide them. Youngsters will only get nurtured in a settled team. So that is a
Absolutely.
very excellent point you brought up because the team needs to settle for the youngsters to come up. So that was a very good observation from you.
Yes. So that's why we have in some parts of in the attack you can see Ronaldo is not still settled, Martial is not. So Rashford is taking up that responsibility to take up that striker position. So it will take time, but Rashford is improving in some aspect, but he's not a proper number 9 because
Number
we
nine.
have
Yeah.
already discussed all about that. So it will take some time, but we will improve in this. Now we can see that in the last we have seen some stats that we have good possession in the Premier League after I think man no, Chelsea, I think I would say, if I'm wrong, Chelsea or someone. So Casemiro and Ericsson have brought that calmness in the midfield. Defense was always good always cemented that we, and that has brought up the confidence in the midfield. And now we have to transfer that confidence in the attack. So it will
Yeah.
if you bring the right players in January, if it is inevitable, then we can definitely we have the chances to
Absolutely.
finish in the top 4 and have some silverwares in the coming season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of great points made by Abhijit Bhai and also the chat there. That the fact that a youngster can only be sort of nurtured in a settled environment. And as Sandeep Bhai talked about the class of '92, I would really like to shift our focus even to Manchester City. Not just academy players, but also the new signings and all of that. Like, why don't we see any of their signings flop? Why don't we see some of their, because it's like they bought in Manuel Akanji into a defense that is hardly conceding, and he just slots in a game at a time, and then there is no pressure. In our case, Rafael Varane has to heal our defense. Lisandro Martinez has to heal our defense. Sancho has to improve our attack. But in their case, they just have to feed the ever present. And in the same case, I saw with Phil Foden, the English media was on to Pep. He's destroying him. He's not giving him chances. But he knew he had David Silva there. He gave him minutes with them in the first team, and also some very, very good and much needed experience of the track, of the field, which is very, very much required for a young player like Foden. And then now it's for all to see how and what Foden has become. And same is the case with people like Alvarez. You see him scoring a goal or two here and there, and he's still not. When Greenwood scored a goal, we were like, starting 11, let's go. We found our new Rooney. That's how we're like, and we as fans can't be blamed because we are hungry for them players. But it's up to the management, it's up to the players, and it's up to bosses like Ten Hag who have everyone's balls in their hands, at least when it comes to their own team. So that was really required from a Manchester United manager. So a very, very great and a deliberated point by our panel. So jumping quickly onto the fact that we as a club are processing and proceeding forward. But I just saw in the chat, and a much needed reminder for all of our community, that we still need time to settle. However much the playing style changes, however much the results favor us, we would need time. The best of the managers need time, and we would have slip ups. So we we need more time to get settled, says Mr. Memon. You can't throw in a youngster in a precious situation, right, Rohit bhai? So my sort of not exactly a
Actually,
question, but
yeah, no,
coming
no,
to
no.
web, uh, right? I think there are some sort of network glitches on Oja's Bhai's side, but yeah, I was just coming to web of that. How as a fan, and a fan who can sort of, like, if you had a chance to dictate opinion, if not dictate, sort of influence opinion onto others, Weber, like, how would you sort of try us to calm down? Because we see a lot of fans just getting hyped up about getting onto the hype train that we might be back this season, we are challenging for the title and all of that. So, like, how would you sort of calm us down, and like, let's be realistic.
Just go and watch AFTV for previous past 4 years clip. Simple as that. I mean, that is the best way you can sort of calm yourself down, get away from that hype train. I mean, but jokes apart. See, Premier League is very, very competitive, right? There are clubs who are not spending to get better. There are clubs who are already better, who are already at the elite stage. Manchester City, Liverpool, they're already at the stage, where they're challenging for the title till the last day. They're reaching to the semi-finals and finals of the Champions League. And in that settled unit, they're adding in the likes of Darwin Nunez and, players like Erling Haaland, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, for a team like United, we've got a lot to catch up to. I mean, these clubs, they've already got a settled car in the garage. They've already got all those sports cars, and
yeah,
they're adding up more sports cars to make the garage look better, right?
yeah,
We've just purchased the spare parts of our car, which we're making, if that
right,
as an analogy works, right? So, no, I mean, as fans, we
yeah,
need to be patient. We need to be realistic. I mean, I understand emotions are high. Sometimes it can get really, really high, especially with wins against Liverpool. And, when you have those players like Licha and, who show that passion, which has been missing from the club. But then again, we need to be fair with Eric Ten Hag. We need to give him some chance. We need to see him, build this team. Rome was not built in a day. Very famous quote. Jurgen Klopp didn't just come in the first year and made Liverpool win titles. Right? He rebuilt that team. Right? If you look at the first playing 11 of Jurgen Klopp and the playing 11 which won the Champions League, or the playing 11 which was consistent in the Premier League title run, massive difference. Quality of players, the style of players. So Eric Ten Hag would also need to do that. He needs to bring in his own players. He is bringing his own philosophy in the club. So I think, yeah, we just should not be jumping onto that hype train of, oh, we're going to win the league this time around, or we're going to win the Champions League. We're going to be the greatest team in the world. Right. We just need to calm ourselves down and, just hope for the process to, go the right way, not the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer way, right? So, yeah.
Right. As Mourinho said in a press, give examples of City. These are investments. These are investments from the past, going forward in 3 4 years. We can say that as well, considering we build a good team. Right. Absolutely. Investments from the past is the special one said, and that's it. We at least require 2 3 4 windows to get get ourselves sorted here and give our guy some time. Um, right. Mojo Bhai throwing up some classics in the chat. Like so the Martial anti Martial agenda is real. Like it's real, guys. I mean, no, but jokes apart, Martial has had his fair share of chances. So would Mojo Bhai say. But yeah, sort of now jumping and straight away sort of keeping our focus on the game now. Um, quick sort of predictions and final scores and maybe scorers. And I'd go from Kushagra Bhai first of all.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be an easy 3-0 to us. Ronaldo should be on the score sheet. Probably a goal for like Bruno Fernandes and hoping for a debut goal for Alejandro Garnacho.
That'll be saucy. Abhijit Bhai.
It will be easy win, I would guess. As Kushagra said, 3-0. I'm going with same. And Bade Bhaiya will score, I would see. I'm hoping it.
Right, right, right. Ojas Bhai.
Yeah. I also see a 3-0 win like Kushagra bhai, but if the opposition keeper doesn't turn into prime Neuer, so I really want Garnacho to score. And
Right.
one thing that I wanted to add in this stream was that I would like Pelistri to get some minutes if we are in good position.
Mm. Right. Yeah. I mean, Facundo Pellistri and Amar Diallo were signed in jiffy in a transfer window, and that was the last we saw of them. Although Diallo is on loan, but yeah, Pellistri really at least looked, from the looks of it, the next best thing coming out of Uruguay. So that's one lad to watch out for. And I'm gonna go to Sandeep.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a 4-0 win, and I would like to see after maybe 60 minutes, Zidane Iqbal, Pelistri, maybe when I don't know if Charlie Hugo is Charlie is there in the bench. I'm not sure.
I don't
Charlie.
think he is.
Okay, so I would like to see the young. Anyway, I would like to see the youngsters get some time because it's a perfect game
He
to
can
bring them
sense the
on.
emotion. Yeah.
Yeah, I can like if you're 3-0 up by 60 70 minutes, they can easily get some game time and get some game time and like what we are made of, the youth. Manchester United, the legacy that should continue, and I think Ten Hag will continue that. So yeah, I think it will be a 4-0 win with Ronaldo, Garnacho, maybe a Bruno on the score sheet.
We need these keyboard warriors in the in the stream the next time. I mean,
We need to like
if
Yes.
if
take
we
a
don't,
screenshot like of this. So I've taken
oh
a
yeah,
screenshot
yeah.
of
Don't
this.
you think
Yeah.
I've had it? It's there for everyone to see. As they say now, it's on the blockchain network. It doesn't go anywhere nowadays. So we all have this now. The keyboard warriors need to show up if we don't get the sense and the relief of a debut goal today. 3-0 up to 80
Hey
minutes.
यार,
Maguire comes in.
सायन ऐसा मत बोल यार.
I mean, I hope Sayan Bhai and you are not correct this time, but
Maguire will get some minutes today. Maguire will get some minutes
Maguire
today.
comes and it becomes 4-1. Maguire scores a goal.
yeah, I mean, according to everyone's predictions, it becomes United and one, United and one when Maguire jumps in. But Webber, yeah, go on.
Ronaldo hat trick, 4-0 to Man United. I mean, Ronaldo's gonna just kill it today.
Whoa,
I just get this feeling,
whoa.
whenever he's down, he's out, people think he's finished. He's just gonna perform exceptionally well. Along the lines of
Yeah,
he said 5-0, but I go 4-0 Ronaldo hat trick. I think Ronaldo is gonna kill
right.
it today. Even if it's not a hat trick, he's gonna have a amazing game.
Oh, right.
Randomly score a
As
goal.
much as
Also, sorry,
party
Andresh.
spoiler and
It's
a
like
mood.
Tony Van de Beek on the bench? I haven't seen the bench probably. Is he there
Yes, yes,
on the bench?
he's
I
on the
guess
Because
bench.
he
there
is.
were
I
like
guess he
some
is.
rumors that he might like start the game, so I don't know what's up with him.
I mean, people don't just start off coming from Mars, right? So I didn't expect him to start. So that's that. But I'm adding a bit of sort of tartar, a bit of lemon to Webber's, thing. That I might sound as a party spoiler. As much as I want United to win, I don't really want to see Ronaldo performing very well. I mean, I don't want to see him playing rubbish. But Weber, I respect the fact that you want him to see go there thrashing. But the last thing I want to see is that us winning comfortably and Ronaldo fanboys saying, F the Baldy, F the Baldy, who is Ten Hag, who is that and that,
That
they
is
will come crash
that is just
onto us.
so
See,
true,
that's
Antariksha.
where we
I
need
can't
to
tell you.
be.
I have literally friends in my Facebook, WhatsApp telling me ten shag and all those things that the body doesn't know anything. He doesn't respect Ronaldo. I mean, what after what he did, any manager worth his salt would do what he did. Any manager
No,
worth his salt.
Sandeep
He's
bhai,
not
to be
bigger than
honest,
United.
we're being very fair to him. One game ban. Aubameyang
Exactly, one game
came up
ban and
to
he's
a
back into the
came up to a
starting
training
11.
session late. Came up to a training session late, and he was sold off in January and not played. He was the club captain. So we're being
Exactly,
really, 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 really grateful and really sort of respectful to Ronaldo's legacy at here in this club. And we're still
absolutely.
saying that only one game was fair. To be honest, if
See,
anyone else in world football
I
would have done it.
started watching football in 2005 or 2006, and Ronaldo, Rooney were my like idols, seeing them in the red shirt. So I am a huge fanboy of Ronaldo, but I can't defend his actions last day in the Spurs match. I can't defend his actions, and I certainly won't go behind the manager to back a single player. So I think
Absolutely.
these Ronaldo fanboys need to get a life. Yeah.
Absolutely. At
See,
least our
guys.
stance is
I
clear.
mean,
To clear it out, Weber sounds as the bad guy there. But
No, no,
yeah,
no,
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 not
no.
go
at
on, have the
Listen,
stage.
listen. I want to
Just
clear this
once.
one thing. Look,
Yeah.
I'm no fanboy, right? My
Yeah, yeah,
favorite player ever was Roy Keane, but even Roy Keane had to go when he went
absolutely.
against the manager, right? There
absolutely.
is no
He
bigger
came up on
player. There is no one
MUTV.
bigger than the
He
club. End
came up
of
on
story.
MUTV and gave a blasting interview, and he was off.
Exactly.
Off, yeah,
Even if even if a player wins 20 Ballon d'Ors in 20 years and he's disrespecting the club, end of story. He needs to go.
Absolutely.
There is no
absolutely.
place because as good as Cristiano Ronaldo is, right? He is not going to be here forever. This club will be here forever, right?
Absolutely.
Manchester United, that crest will be here forever. The number
Exactly.
seven, Ronaldo, will not be here. So, I mean, no
Ab-
player is ever bigger than the club. I want him to do well for whatever time he's here. Not because I'm a Ronaldo fan. I mean, I'm a Ronaldo fan, but because it's gonna help my club, right? So
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
is my whole point of view. That is my stance. And as far as the player, the individual Ronaldo we've seen throughout the years, the fighter
Absolutely.
he is, the person,
Yeah,
the kind of comeback attitude he's got. I think it's fair to say, if I was Ronaldo or if I had that kind of a mentality, I would be looking to, even if I'm going to go out in January, probably, I'm going to show these people that, I'm not what they initially thought I am. I am so better than these people, and I'm going to do well
absolutely.
wherever I go. And I think it's going to be crucial for Ronaldo as well, right? If he wants to spur some interest, there's a World Cup. If he can perform in these games, whatever opportunity he's getting, and if he can, maybe do something in the World Cup, who knows? Somebody may be interested in him. So very, very crucial.
Absolutely.
So,
So
and one
yeah,
more thing
to,
I'd
to
like to
clear
add
it to
here
everyone,
that
that was Weber Vice point. Yeah, go on, Sandeep bhai and Abhijit bhai, and then we'll sort of wrap this up.
yeah. So
Ronaldo is
just
always an interesting topic.
one point adding to this, we United fans consider ourselves as elite fans, right? I'm not wrong, right? We
Yeah,
consider ourselves like elite fans, and
I mean, I do.
we there's a certain class to that fandom, and we will never back a player over a club. But at the same time, the same supporters will never boo or jeer Ronaldo when he's coming onto the pitch performing for us. That will
Absolutely.
never happen in away support, in the home support. That will never happen. If today Ronaldo scores, there'll be 70,000 people going sue at Old Trafford. So I would like
Yeah,
to just point this out that it's you be good to the fans will be good to you. But you walk off like that, you will get some criticism, and it's constructive criticism. It's not like we are booing you, jeering you. And today's world has become very like glass like that. You can't say anything to any player and it will affect his mental health, this that. I mean, it's competitive sports. You don't get a trophy for participation. It has to be, at a certain level. And this Premier League, Europa League, these are at its peak of sports. So I think Ronaldo got what he deserved, and what he deserved also was coming back to the starting 11 right after the suspension. Eric Ten has handled it beautifully, and I'm sorry I got a bit excited.
No, that's fine. I mean, Ronaldo gets the best of even himself sometimes. Right. Go on, Abhijit Bhai, and then we'll just.
Now you all said anything all about the Ronaldo. Just I want to be in a present manner now. I just want to say that in the present situation, present match, I would say Ronaldo, you should help the young lads who are in the team. He should help them to up their confidence. Garnacho is playing his debut in the Europa League, so he should help him to progress up his confidence, and keep his nerves little bit low, so that he can settle in the game, and you may give us some confidence in boost in the attack, and we can score some goals. So
Right.
Ronaldo's sole purpose is to up the confidence of the attack. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is sort of perfectly summarized by Abhijit Bhai and also by Mojo Bhai in the chat, who says Ronaldo saga is past us. So we shall move on and we shall see how the guy performs today. And whatever happens, whatever, irrespective of our opinions of him, we shall back the club first. And if Ronaldo is a part of that, we shall back him till the last day, till the last second he's here. With that sort of positive Zen thought, Zen thought to all of us, we hope we beat Sheriff today and we go on to the last game of the Europa League group stage against Real Sociedad. To everyone who joined in, a big thank you from this big and lovely panel, and we will see you soon again. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We here at MUSC Red Devils NCR say a good goodbye, and let's see you after the game.
GGM, you guys.
Thank you,
GG.
guys.
Anthony